Oh, I receive many messages. Please, come back, score goal. I miss your dance. Very funny. The people from Brazil watch and say, oh my God, what is this dance? I say, this dance is from Thailand, my friend.
Danilo, you've only got a few games left now of your first season at Chonburi. This season's been really good for you. You've scored many goals, assists, you've won Man of the Match awards. So what would you put that down to?
When I come here for first time in Thailand, I moved to Suphan. For me, this is the best season about the score goals. But this about my position, because I play in my life in the Europa, only winger. But when I come here, the coach moved me to center strike. After I move here, Chonburi. The last season I score many goals, but I use many hand for score goal. But this season I think I score only one goal in the hand because my team he play more tic-tac, combination game. But I think the first time in my career I score many goals all the legs.
In Chonburi, does the atmosphere in the stadium help the fans?
Yes, this is the big difference because he have many fans. Every game he come to support. I come from Brazil. After you lose the game, you scared too much for outside. Yeah. But here you finish game, many people wait for sign the t-shirt, for picture, for selfie.
Talk to me about your goal celebrations.
When I move to Suphan, have one guy, he work in massage room. And every time he show the video, no? The people dancing. I say, come on, make dance after score goal because the people he like this. Now I moved to Chonburi, have one guy work together in the staff, and this guy very funny. Every day he come train, so smile. Say, come on, make this. I say, no, please, this dance is no good. No problem, but about the fans, he need this fun, he need watch you score goal, he need you dance. This is good because he stay very happy. After make my first time, oh my God, crazy. Now I score goal, I dance. I don't score goal, I think 4 or 3 games, I don't know. Oh, I receive many messages, please, come back, score goal. I miss your dance, very funny. And the people from Brazil watch and say, oh my God, what is this dance? I say, this dance is from Thailand, my friend.
Obviously you started your career in your homeland of Brazil, but sort of a bit of a struggle at the start. So then you moved to Albania to kickstart your career. So why did you choose Albania? How did that happen?
In Brazil, sometimes difficult for players, no? For young players, because having many players. One guy called me, he talked about the Albania. This team, Albania, is Flamurtari, and the guy said to me, you move to Albania, I think 1 season and bring you after Italia. You make good performance. And I scared too much because I watch internet, make big fight, in this country. And my city from live is Vlora. After I watch Vlora, I say, oh my God, it's beautiful, I have beach. Oh my God. When I come, it's very cold. I never move outside, no? This is my first time, very cold. And I moved to train first time. The guy, he said to me for push, like this, but heavy ice in the ground. Bro, sure, I make 10 push-up. After my stay like this. Okay, don't move more. I say, oh my God. And I call my wife, I say, I think I go back to Brazil, I don't stay here. I say, no, don't worry, this is normal, it's the first day. Okay, but I stay. And I adapt very fast.
You've played for 2 clubs in Kazakhstan, Okzhetpes and Kyzylzhar. How did you first move to Okzhetpes? How did that offer come about?
One guy from Russia is called me and he say, have one club for you in the Kazakhstan. I say, oh my God, Kazakhstan, I never lived this in my life. Kazakhstan. I watch internet. I need to try some Brazilian for information about the country. but don't have many Brazilians because this country very cold, my friend. Minus 30, minus 40. My wife say, you crazy, very cold. I say, no problem, come on together. It's good culture because many people watch. He have a good chance for Europe Champions League like this. I think for my career is big point.
Did it feel like a really adventurous thing to do? Like, was you feeling like very brave and thinking, yeah, why not?
I like this. You change the culture, and coaches, he have a big name for Russia. I say this big point for me because I work good together with this guy. He bring me in the Russia. But when they start league, I start very, very, very good. I think after 6 months, is my price is boom. I think my price before I play Albania like 300,000 euros. I moved to Kazakhstan, 600,000.
What is your lifestyle like in a place like Kazakhstan?
Football is good to play because it's strong, many competitive, but for live difficult. For example, you have a day free, you want to stay home inside, or you go outside for enjoy the snow. Okay, for my son it's too good because he never see too much, you know. But for the life, no good.
In between your seasons in Kazakhstan, you had a stint with Suwon in South Korea. So that must have been another completely like brand new experience.
When I move to Korea, I don't have problem about the adapt, but the mentality is difficult, no? Because he trained too much. I never have injury in my career, but in Korea, oh my God, I think I have 10 injury. This kill me, because when I play good, I score goal, I give assist. In the half season, you make sprint for full stadium every day. You train 2 hours, after training you make sprint again. After pre-season, you make only tactic, ease, you take care of the body for injury. But there he don't care. He push. It's difficult to play in Korea.
There must have been some times in your career when you've had to sort of forget about your love of football and see football just as a job. So are there times that you can remember when you've thought like, I need to make like a sensible decision?
This is nice, Ken. Before I think I make like this, only make focus only football. But now I have it 31, tomorrow my birthday, 22.
Happy birthday.
And I changed 2 months. After 30, I changed 2 months mentality. Now I have business in Brazil, and of course, my job is football, but have another job from outside.
Teams in Thai League 1 can only sign a certain number of foreign players, but most teams have Brazilian players. Why is that?
Thailand is same to live in Brazil. It's hot and style the life. It's same Brazil, no?
In the future, which country or city would you like to play in?
I think Thailand.
You would stay in Thailand?
Yes. The people so fun, you know. Imagine you wake up morning, evening, every time you watch the people very smile. He loves to help you. Sometimes the people go my home. Say what? I don't wait the people. I come. Oh, I have a present to you. I give you torta, cake, give fruits. I say, what is this? I never see this in my life.